Okay. Was I muted the whole time? Did that help the sound? I think I might have accidentally taken off the microphone. Let's see. Yes? Yes? Okay, it's showing that it's going. Mic aux, but that's the built-in. Okay, yeah. I accidentally put that you couldn't... I accidentally took off the microphone, which is kind of... Alright. Restart from the beginning. Because apparently I was muted. Hello. My name is Lee. The AM vibes today. Here she's pretty cool. I'm chill. But like, also gender euphoria from the weekend, because there was another convention this weekend, but it doesn't have any Monday programming, so we just kind of dead dogged out on Sunday, and then I went out to dinner with a few friends, and they dropped me at the train station, and then they went back for more dead dog, but I couldn't go back, but that's okay, because Stephanie had already left, so, but I managed to mooch her right to the train station, so I didn't have to take an Uber, which is, but the Heliosphere was amazing. I got to film, okay, and I met a couple of old school gamers, who were we met a lot of very fun RPG people, and, what was I gonna do? I was gonna do a thing on the side of the thing. Yeah. Agreed with that. Okay. Cool. So. 325 is doable. You just gotta do them one at a time, right? If each one takes a minute, that's, 4 hours. But, you know, doable. Alright. So you sit there for a couple hours and install the whatchamajigs. And I sit here and babble at Greyhawk. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. I didn't have any, we're not doing any geography. Elf. Interesting. He's nicknamed the White Lily. Okay. Celine, in theory. Now, hated for ice. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So, my plan. Wait, there was a whole thing. Oh, Principality of Ulick. Right. I said Jarex. Let's dig into the beef between Principality of Ulick and Celine, because, like, if there's a beef, that sounds vaguely historically interesting. I'm never gonna go from there. You know, I could babble about Heliosphere all, okay. Oh, from Twitch, yeah. Because I upped the sub automatically, and... Did I... That's the thing about, did I do a thing? Did I do a thing? Never mind. In any case, historically interesting... Yeah, we'll dig into historically interesting, shenanigans on Earth. But first, let's see, hang on. I gotta set it up in a way that I can still see the chat. Sheldamar Valley region. Northman Mountains on the east, Old River to the north and west. Old River should have a page. Okay. By the Azure Sea to the south. Okay. As of 591, the population of... Hang on a second. Let me look at the map for a sec. Oh, right, we should bring up the map. Also, shout out to... Oh, hey, I can do it automatically now. I can make Anna's thingy do the thing. Hopefully. Or not. There we go. Just kept this base in. But Anna B. Meyer, who is amazing and actually is at a Gary Con right now doing cool convention things, which is fair. I was there doing cool convention things yesterday instead of streaming, so like I missed a game. I missed the game, the thing where we fought drakes. Like, we fought freaking, maybe not dragons, but we fought drakes. And I had to not be there because I was at the con, but I was at the con, so I can't complain. And I forgot to tell them I was at the con, so, you know. But, okay, Greyhawk, Ernst, Celine. We still have to figure out the freaking Wild Coast vibes. That still needs to be probably dealt with, but, okay, Ferundi, Greyhawk. Okay, the Uliks are over here. Principality, is that the Azure I guess it is. Bay of Adriel. Okay. Yeah, it's on the Bay of Adriel, but which leads into the... Okay. Fair. Freaking Adriel has a huge province compared to, like, Earthenmoor or Nodia. I mean, to be fair, it does have the whole bay, and provinces are no obligation to be, but just worth noting. There are no obligation to be, let's check the term, equi-sized. I mean, if you want to look at the United States as an example. But, you know. Although, every single frickin' New England state used to be part of Massachusetts. So, yeah, no, there's that. They just had breakups. There isn't. That's a lot of drama. Drama! Okay. Ooh, okay, do tell. Doesn't say allies. Interesting. It only lists the county and the duchy as allies. Well, hang on a sec. Okay. Fair. Alright. Only 500,000 for the whole... Well, okay, I guess it's a small country. Of course. Lord Gazimba. I see. And... did anyone pick up on the reference? Over half? Okay. There's only... their own damn country. Their own dang country, they only make up 30% of the population. That's a... there really aren't a lot of dwarves. 2-1. More hill dwarves than mountain dwarves, which makes sense. There's more hills than mountains in... well, let me look at the map. Uluk. Yeah, Uluk's not very mountainous, so it makes sense. Province of Ironhelm, province of Princefeld, Northwick, Corond. Wait, the frickin'... yeah, because Havenhill is the ancestral home of the king. But not the capital of the country. She's one of his proteges. I think he probably lurks in her chat quite often. She's one of the proteges. Thunderstrike, East Pass. Okay, so yeah, it even has a higher population than Greyhawk's. Frickin', although your highest population does not necessarily need to be the city, but... Ooh, Thunderstrike sounds interesting. Oh, we were gonna do Grasscroddle. Uh-huh. Fair. That's true. Hiromi is, Lord Gazumbria's, main cleric. I don't know, actually. How many clerics does Gazumbria have? The Dwarven Pantheon. Okay, so is Ula part of the Dwarven Pantheon? Now we have to look this up. Because I'm also trying to do Greyhawk, and then also... Oh. A Dwarven woman with gnomish facial features. And she has a hammer called Skullringer. Belred Alley of Beroy. Is worshipped by humans, dwarves, and gnomes, and other benevolent races who dwell in the hills and mountains. She is well known in the Ulic states, especially Principality. Non-humans who worship Ula often integrate her into their own pantheons. That's fair. Okay, but just because only one PC is a cleric doesn't mean there aren't dozens of high-level priests or priestesses or NB clerics who probably all stick the name priests. Wow. Ooh. Ula. Okay. Ula is cool. Ula is cooler. That is a... Alright, so she is... fair enough. Blurred. Okay, hang on. Blurred. Iridian god of metals, mines, and smiths. His holy symbol's an iron mule as sturdy and patient as himself. Or a hammer and an anvil. Depending on which version of the... Or he's riding on a mule with a hammer and an anvil, and the mule can, like, carry the anvil, because mule, uber strong god mule. Ooh! And he made Skullringer, which is the, Willa's main hammer. The gifts of the earth exist to be taken and used to create practical works. Elred's followers expect to be strong in body and will. Encourages the free flow of information. The knowledge of smithcraft would never be hoarded, but taught freely to anyone with a talent for it. Those who are miserly in sharing what they have learned ought to be punished. That is a god I can get behind. Dwarf gnomes and humans. Warhammer. Okay, there is a story about a Warhammer. So I had a Dwarven rogue, and her name was Alara, and she was a character. She was a worshipper of Caden Callian. But she was still a dwarf. You know, her grandfather was more chaotic, was a bastard, and more chaotic than most other dwarves, but he still held fast to his dwarven roots. And she took his Warhammer when she went out adventuring. She couldn't really wield it properly because she had a -1 to strength, because she was a rogue. And she was solidly built, you know, sneaky too, but not good at, you know, the whole strength thing. She was good at acrobatics, though. She came in 3rd place in a acrobatics competition in what's the word? Sandpoint. There was a festival in Sandpoint, and she came in 4th place in the acrobatics competition there. But in any case, no, humans. Okay. But yeah, so she had a warhammer she couldn't wield. And, the tragedy of the warhammer she couldn't wield. So her grandfather's, and then they got a magical short sword, and she kind of agreed to the practicality of it, and went on and used and because she had weapons finesse. And then I realized, hang on a second, it's just a light hammer is a light weapon. Like, yeah, and it's finessable. Yeah, and it does as much damage as a short sword. Yeah, so I should use a light hammer, not a short sword. But not magical. Like, I don't care. I'm a dwarf. I'm using a hammer, and I could sneak attack people with a hammer, a small one. But still, I found a hammer I could wield. Alara reclaimed her dwarven pride. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. Okay, sorry. And Scott Chip is pretty cool, I admit. Wow. I have 130 followers? Sorry, I didn't know that. And it's pretty cool. So that's a vibe. What else? Oh, yes, I meant to do the other thing, which, sorry, I'm getting 16 Ways to Sunday distracted. But, when I was supposed to be doing Dwarven, we were supposed to be figuring out why Ulick and Selene had a whole beef. Or Principality Ulick and Selene. Well, Gryrax and Selene specifically had a beef, because, hang on, let me see something, because, let's see, Principality Ulick, they only list county and the duchy, but if you go to Gryrax, and they list, allies, Ulick States, Keoland, Grand Marsh, Verbabonk, Greyhawk, Knights of Luna, Knights of the Watch, and Selene. So, okay, who are the Knights of Luna anyway? Let's see. We're gonna see who the what's up and jigs. Melf. As in Melf the Acid Arrow. What's Melf the Prince of anyway? Okay. Okay, they're in service to Selene. Interesting. Knights of the Heart. Okay, well, there's a lot of knights. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out all of the... Dedicate preserving the monarchy of Selene and the noble traditions of elves throughout the central Flyness. Seeking to involve Selene in the politics of post-war Auric by reasoned debate and by hosting foreign dignitaries and sponsoring them at court. They also support limited military actions, particularly on Selene's southern borders in the Principality of Ulick. So, okay, so, this is, okay, so, they're in support. Selene have virtually closed land with borders sealed to all those, but the land has known well for many years. And the Luna believe this to be short-sighted and foolhardy. Entirely, they believe that the survival of Ferundi and Valuna is the only hope for good in the world. And they have also strong fellow feeling for the High Folk. Okay, who are the High Folk? Their guide High Folk is the key for current conflict and skirmish. Only if Ios is repelled there and in the Vesser Forest, Vesser Forest can enough time be bought to secure Ferundi and develop the might need to overcome Ios eventually. Alright. Freetown of High Folk is a political city-state of the Flyness. The region around the town is sometimes known as High Vale or the Valley of Velverdiva. Okay, of the Velverdiva. Hang on, the Velverdiva is the river. Alright, this is, I guess, where we're going with this. Velverdiva is the river. Modern High Folk is generally located in the west central portion of the Flyness. All lands along the Velverdiva River from the passage between the Clatpurs and the Yenthill Mountains to the plain between the southeastern spur of the Yenthills and the Vesser Forest can be said to belong to the High Vale. The city of High Folk itself rests at the base of the Yenthills, where the Velverdiva broadbend toward the plains of Ferundi. High Folk itself Riverberg Hill and Flameflower. Wait. And the Knights of Luna. Oh no, Bright Flame, not Flameflower. Hang on. Okay, we're going map hunting because this is cool. Okay, we're learning geography. And sociopolitical shenanigans. Alright, Maximus Penalty. Ooh, look, it's on Celine. Where's Celine? Okay, that's the sus forest. Very sus. Okay, Yort Mill, Yentl Mountains. So that'll be, that's the Barrier Peaks. Hang on. Celine's over here. Are the Yentl Mountains on this side? Nope, that's the Abor Owls Mountains, Cairn Hills, the Free City of Greyhawk. Yeah, I know. I realized that, and I was sad. But okay, Lort Mill. Okay, so was it Lort Mill, High Folk? Okay, hang on. Arms, Old Ferrand. Maybe we could get a picture in the geography section. Okay, but first we have to figure out. We have to find the Yentl Mountains. Is first what we have. Let's Lort Mill. Wait, what about these? That's the Sauhat, Crystalline, Mists, Barrier Peaks. The Yentl Mountains are. Here we go. Found the Yentl Mountains. That's cool. You can learn along with me. My goal is to educate all of us that we, okay, should learn things. Okay, so the Parent Land. Okay, the mountains. Where? Rivers. Okay, what rivers we got here? That's the. I've seen the Veldiva River. So we've. Fall River, Mint. Okay, hang on. Is the Velvet. Okay, where? Okay, the Velvet. Alright, let's see. I might have a. Valuna. Okay, so it's in Valuna. Okay. Paizo map. Okay, so it's Valuna and Furundi. Okay, so it's. Yep, and that's the. What's that? Hang on. I need to look at this image closer. Yeah, hang on. There we go. Okay, so the Vesper Forest is just south of the forest. The Yentl Mountains are those the Yentls? Oh, that's the Ketspurs. Hang on. And then Lort Mill's down there. Okay. Okay, so what we need to find is Valuna. Furundi and Valuna. Okay. Well, that's Ket. That's way okay. Okay, there's Valuna. Alright, so Valuna, and then is this the river here? Is it the one along the border? Wool River, Eloy, what about you? Found it! Ha! I found the river. Okay. Oh, right! The Botkenberg, again? So that's good. That's good. The Botkenberg, people in Botkenberg need all the help they can get. I can... High Folk. Here it is. Right here. Knights of the High Forest. Okay. That's another... Okay. We got this. Makes a little bit of sense. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, so High Folk map. So it goes up to here. Oh, and then the Klatspur. Okay, the mountains. Klatspur Range. Okay. We should make a. We should, No! He's not gonna stay home. He believes firmly in studying magic. Just talk him out of the... No, Amethyst wouldn't do that. she knows. She wouldn't try to stop him. Ah, possibly. Or possibly just stop him from trying to negotiate with the Naga. Because if he'd gone into the lair and hadn't tried to negotiate with the Naga, he would have been fine. Heck, if our cleric had not failed his wisdom save, he would have been fine. Like, he could have survived that easily. Of course, that's meta knowledge, but that's true. That's fair. That means we are changing history, which means true, but then Tourmaline, or that Brynhild runs into Tourmaline when they're running out, and I take up playing Tourmaline again. I miss playing Tourmaline. Amethyst is, but okay, hang on. Okay, you need to go away. Okay. To the north east of Tourmaline is awesome and is going to be a powerful wizard one day. He was brave, stupidly brave. Didn't have a lot of common sense, but he was a wizard. He knew how to wizard. He was smart too, and kept Pignose out of too much trouble. And right, so Heartlands, the Heartlands, High Folk. Oh, Heartlands. Ooh, the Timeless Tree. That sounds cool. Okay, there we go. We're gonna move out back. Range is okay. That's the Anthill. This is Perrinland, Lake Quag. Alright, and if he goes, so isn't his best bet not to let her go? Alright, fair. Okay, so it's between the Vestive Forest and Lake Quag, essentially. And the, hang on. Alright, hang on. Alright, hang on. We have to do a thing, and we're gonna do a little bit of nuding. So that when Kristoff gets back from GaryCon, he'd be like, oh, hey, there's this thing that we were gonna have to make a thing on, and now we don't. Yeah, we're doing neutery. I believe is the. I don't know if that's a technical term, but that's the term my friend Tom tends to use. Yeah. Okay. So we go here. Here. Heartlands of feeling so startling. There we go. Vesive Forest. To the, okay. Between the Vesive Forest and the, east-west, yeah, the eastern cantons of Perrinland. Yeah, okay, that's a good place to start with that. Oh, so Klatspur. And we want to save it as a JPEG, right? Not a PNG. Okay, Klatspur. Okay, so we have that existing. I mean, I don't think Amethyst might not be particularly opposed to that, especially if her beloved is also a follower of Baranar Truesilver. Baranar. Would Baranar Truesilver want an elven follower? That's an interesting question. Let's see. The blessings of Baranar. Oh, yes. So, we're at, okay, so, Bread, Ula, yeah. Vel, Luna, Hive. Okay, we're gonna come back to that in a minute, but we need to, that's true. Okay, Klatspur. Okay. Klatspur range. Here we go. Boom! Yes. Okay. Oh, right, I have to log in. Hang on. Give me a sec. Otherwise, Christoph will yell at me for not... Yay. Okay. Now. Upload. Hang on. Select a file. Pictures. Hang on. Anna. Klatspur. Come on. It's got to be here. Cultist. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we were doing... by Anna B. I think we have to put B. Meyer. Anna B. Meyer. In 2020. Yeah, area surrounding Klatspur range. Yep, that's about what we got. Okay, so that's save. So, okay. We got this. Caption. a map of the Klatspur Range and the surrounding area. As depicted by Anna B. Meyer. Yep. Insert. Okay. I think let's do it. Because I didn't. All right. But like we have, for example, this whole majiggy what's it. Hopefully, whoever's doing the thingy with the thing, I won't be too upset that I it's a mountain range. The what's the name of the forest? Vesiv forest. One R in the word. The eastern cantons. I just like quag, right? I'm making sure I'm spelling like quag right. Cantons, southeastern, yeah, the eastern cantons on the shore of Lake Quag. Just to the south, the sorry, I'm the Kershane Pass, but it's written and the river, Velvedeva River. Did I spell Paranland correctly? Also an important question. Where's Lake Quag? Okay, that's the Klatspur, so like Paranland, right? Paranland. Yep, okay. Did I spell separated correctly? There we go. Sorry. Oh, check this out. This is... I won this in a raffle. My little death cat. And they're a cutie pie and adorable and just the cutest little squishy cat. So, even has a little tail. And a bow and, you know, all fancy. Little fancy death cat. Well. So, yeah. There's that. Oh, it's only like 11. Okay. Oh, right. South by the... What's the technical term? Come on. Wait, what's the pass's name? Okay, we got the Kershane Pass. And Aw, thanks. The crocheting pass. Hang on. By the... We still don't know why... Although it makes more sense that Ulik would be kind of pissy with Celine if they're having issue with... what's the technical term? Yeah. Sorry, just keep an eye on the fishies, because they're globbing around being good little fishies. Okay, yeah, I have to gunk out the tank, but in a while. But they're good little fishies. They're getting big. They're still my good little fishies though. Crocheting pass. And okay, hang on. Velverdiva. Yes. Oh. You should come to one of these conventions. These small local conventions and just vibe with everyone. I bet you'd love it. Let's see. Velverdiva River. Velverdiva River. Okay, is there anything else that we know about this mountain range that we should put in the description? Anything else? Hi there! Welcome, Molly Tanker. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my stream. My name is Lee. They them vibes today. Here she's okay. But, you know. Oh, and we are working on editing the Greyhawk wiki. I'm doing alright today. How about you? Let's see, the Velverdiva River. And yes, Yentl Mountains, Velverdiva River. Yes. I think we're good. All right, Creative Commons, save page. Oh, hey, there we go. Nestled between and the eastern cantons of Paranland on the shores of Lake Quag. Yeah. Cantons of Paranland and the Vesa Forest. Pretty much. Yes. Very cool. Awesome sauce. Greyhawk is a lovely setting. I did not start out as a Greyhawk DM. I started with using the Galorian Pantheon and homebrewing everything else. Kind of DM back when Pathfinder was, because that's what the system I was using. And that homebrew system I actually keep working on. But I fell into the auspices of, I don't know, you probably know Lord Gazimba. Almost everyone in the Greyhawk community knows Lord Gazimba. And fair enough. But I kind of fell into the auspices of him and also Blue Box. And so between all of that, I came into the Greyhawk community. I started to love Greyhawk. And so what I did was every Monday morning, I do Good Morning Greyhawk. We do a wiki dive into the Greyhawk, talk about stuff, and I got dragged by Christoph, who you probably also know. A lot of people in the Greyhawk community I found know each other because, you learn. And so I've been, diving in and doing updates and edits to the wiki because there's a lot of updating and editing to do with the wiki. And so I've been doing that, and now we just created for the Klatspur range, which I'm sure Anna B. Meyer makes the best map of... Hang on, I'm going to shout her out because she makes the best maps of Greyhawk you've ever seen here. But if you look at her map, This is the one she provides online just free. And this is, so that's Lake Quag. And then you got the Clatsper Mountains along the edge. Yeah, so I generally use them for my stream, and she is very chill, and they're both at Gary, she and Lark Zumba are at GaryCon, which is, I would have gone, but honestly, which it sounded really cool, but there was another convention called Heliosphere, which was on the same weekend, and of course I had to go to Heliosphere, because I had the carryover membership from 2020 when the plague hit, and B, because all my people go to Heliosphere, and I don't get to see them ever. And of course, all my other people went to GaryCon, so I could have seen them. But yeah, Anna's at GaryCon right now, and I am stuck here, so I'm still doing the Good Morning Greyhawk, because Greyhawk is still really cool. Oh, and I was trying to figure out what the heck happened. So, if you look at here's Gryrax, which is my, I ended up, funny story, I bookmarked the Greyhawk wiki to get to it easier for my streams, because that's how we do the streams, and I bookmarked Gryrax, because the first Good Morning Greyhawk was actually an Ulick thing, so, you know, we go into the Principality of Ulick, we did the Order of the Principality, and not the Order of Ulick. Order of Ulick is Jayhawk, but there's the Duchy of Ulick, the County of Ulick, and the Principality of Ulick, and I was trying to figure out what the deal between them was. Were they all one country once? They weren't, but they have the same name. And it's actually interesting, because one is, like, purely human, the other, the Duchy of Ulick is, the County of Ulick, now I have to check which one's which, but has a strong elven presence, which is where the Principality of Ulick actually is a Dwarven prince, even though it's more than 50% human, which is still amazing. Even in the Dwarven kingdoms, you know, humans dominate. But it does have a Dwarven prince, Prince Corand, who actually is, the seat of the Corand family is in Havenhill, which I'm sure you know, but, which is, if you look on the map, Ulick. Principality of Ulick. Here we go. And then the province of Corand, and then Havenhill, and then the actual capital is down here in the south. But, so we did, sorry. But yeah, I started with and hang on. Then you got Pormage is up here with the Sus Forest. Oh, that's why because they're right next to the Pormage. Sucks. Okay, so the county is, and then the duchy, okay, they both border Selene. Altamira is, near what's the county? Yeah, so the county is, I believe, and then Corwood. Oh, Shorewin Kessel! Shorewin was from Corwood. I remember, and it's, like, right down from Altamira. No wonder, frickin', okay. That makes sense. That's why Sor Harn knew that, okay. Sorry, I don't know if you know Blue Box RPG, but they do a Greyhawk stream, on Tuesday, Greyhawk Awakening. I'm quite behind. Actually, the first Greyhawk stream I did was a dive into lore to try to figure out more about Rel Astra, and then we got distracted because Greyhawk is a very distracting, or Orth rather, is a very distracting planet. So I started going into, like, the Suul and the Iridian, and their whole conflict, and researching the history of that. Like, I ended up creating the page for the Clatsper range when I was started out was why Selene and Ulick had a beef, and then I ended up, I think it's because I went to Ula, who is the goddess, she's married to an Iridian goddess. I don't think she's like Dwarven Gnomish. She has Dwarven build Gnomish features, but she's married to an Iridian god. That's her vibe, but she's the god of mining and hills and mountains. And I think we were on her page, and the Knights of Luna, right, the Knights of Luna, because, okay, in Gryrax, ready? This is how it ended up like this. So Greyhawk, if you look at the page, I didn't write this part of the thing. I just made notes on the geography and climate when I tweaked the article. And and then I got told by Christoph, don't worry about the editorial, that, someone else was going to do the geography. And then I was like, but I don't like the red ones. Like, I'm always like, that's why I created the class per range page, because Christoph's not going to rein me in. But I think it deserves its own page. And, Anna, of course, we put her maps up and she, gave her credit and everything. So that's good. But, although, yeah, the wiki is kind of, like, Ilya Norbellos didn't even have her own page until a couple months ago, and anyway. Pomage, Empire of Ayuz. Okay, wait. Empire of Ayuz is Pomage. Hang on, I think, isn't Ayuz in the, hang on, I'm trying to remember my Greyhawk history. Is Ayuz in the north, or, right, because Pomage, yeah, and then Ayuz is in no, not Ekbir. Land of Ayuz. Yeah, Ayuz is in the very far north, and then the Horn Society, and they're kind of tied. And then you got, so that's just north of Furundi. Actually, what lake is this? Why Still Lake? Interesting. My knowledge of Greyhawk geography, or my knowledge of geography on Earth gets better every. Although that's an interesting question. Is geography on Earth, is the study of land masses on Earth still geography? Because it's not Earth, and Earth is geo. That's a question for another time. But yeah. Near div. So here's the question. Why is the near div listed as an inland sea when it's, like, freaking Quag is almost as, well, it's a little bigger than Quag, but it's not much bigger than Lake Quag or Maista Lake. I mean, it's a little bigger, but not much. That's a bay. That's ICC. Okay. And then those are the bays, because they feed out into the Azure Sea. I think Woolly Bay is on that one. Yeah, Woolly Bay. Okay, well, the Sea of Gernot is... Okay, see, the Relmore Bay is as big as the Sea of... I guess it just depends on who's naming it. I guess it just depends on who's naming stuff. I mean, Great Salt Lake's big enough to be an inland sea, but it gets called a lake. Yeah, so... anyway, yes, the class per range, we did. We're gonna close that up. The Knights of Luna, right. So I was explaining about, one thing you will learn about my streams is that I go every which direction. I get very distracted very easily. Especially, in Orth Wiki, because freaking awesome sauce. But I think I even have a little distraction. Wait, am I not logged in? Freaking. Okay, I am. All right. Yes. I was gonna say that. Hang on, though. Prince. What's Melf the Prince of? That isn't... Alright, hang on. What is Melf the Prince of? Quick question. Grave Elven Mage. Native and is recognized by many as the leader of the Knights of Luna. Appearing... he changes his appearance from time to time, though he always appears as an elf. Left-handed, blonde, hazel-eyed, large for an elf. 5'8". So, a little over... Parallel shield. His counterpart, Parallel. Prince Byflave is strong in mediation, diplomacy, and open communication. Thus, some believe him to be naive, charming and urbane. Elf enjoys good food, culture, and agreeable persons of the opposite gender. Big on girls, okay. Vastly knowledgeable and experienced, he specializes in Ayus and buried evils and strongly opposed both Ayus and the Scarlet Brotherhood. Yeah, you learn something new every day. A cousin of Queen Yolande. Okay, so he's a cousin of the Queen of Selene. Because usually to get the title prince, you have to be, the son of a ruling noble, or I think you could be the son of another. It varies. Like, Princess Beatrice. Yeah. So yeah, if you are the child of another prince, so a direct descendant of farther along the line of one of the kings or queens. So yeah. Mutual respect, but no cooperation. Ooh, mayor of Highfolk Town. So the free city of Highfolk is the free city. Hang on. Wait, we were just in Highfolk because I asked. Oh, well, okay, I was curious as to the beef, and then it also listed in. Oh, right. So it lists all these allies for Greyhawk, and then if you look at what's the page? Principality of Ulick's page, it only lists the other Ulick states, county and the duchy. So I was curious as to, and then it says Selene, in theory, now hated for isolationism, and I wanted to figure out what the beef with Selene was, which, given what, the whole thing with the Knights of Luna, I can kind of understand where the beef is coming from now, because of the isolation thing, and that, Melf, who founded the Knights of Luna, strongly believed that they should help their neighbors and other allies, and the Queen of Selene was not so much. But so he's a cousin of the Queen, a prince. All right, Prince Archosian Bright Flame of Selene is mentioned in Fiendish Codex, Hordes of the Abyss. This other Bright Flame, more than 150 years older than Melf, and is currently a heroic general battling demons in the Abyss. So what? His father was another Prince Bright Flame. Warduke may know each other. In the Shady Dragon Inn, Warduke is mentioned as being a member of the same adventuring party as an elf named Paralay, both of whom had action figures for the TSR's 1983 toy line. The fact that Paralay figure was originally released under the name Melf and Warlock retcon into Greyhawk continuity provide topic of apocryphal interest. Okay, so who is Warduke? Alright, let's... human warrior in a hierarch of the Horned Society. Sometimes works as a bounty hunter and assassin, and is heartless, cruel, and short-tempered. Ooh. So he's the bad guy, essentially. Warduke and Strongheart were depicted as once having been good friends until Warduke turned to evil. Interesting. Uh-huh. Oh, hi, Elric. Welcome to the stream. We're, the reason we're on Warduke. Sorry. We got very distracted. Because we were Highfolk. Right. I was trying to figure out how the heck Melf got the title Prince. Because the way the title Prince works, you have to be, like, the son... I know, it never happens. Certainly not enough that I have, like, a little, command for it. But, represents the Knights of Luna in Greyhawk. Currently living in exile in Selene, sometimes in the city of Greyhawk. Exile from Selene. Okay, so he was exiled from Selene. The question is, though, so he's a cousin of the Queen, Yolande, right? I was wondering how Melf got the freaking title Prince when he, because we got distracted. Okay. You ready? You want to hear the train of thought? Yes, that is true. Having all of the, the very much the different things. And like, for example, we were actually running a Castles and Crusades game in what's the technical place? Well, we started in Hardby, and then we went to Castle one of the a private. She was a noble, Lady Mayfair, I believe. Asked us to go to Castle Greyhawks and retrieve an artifact. Or Castle, Greyhawk. So we did. But we were traveling with the Suloy's wizard, and our characters weren't from Greyhawk originally because we had ported over from Aird, I believe, which is the Castle and Crusade setting. And so we were traveling, but we actually met up with another player who was playing a native of Greyhawk who met us. We had a couple of natives of Orth who met us in Hardby, one of whom was a Suloy's wizard. And we were discussing, well, who the heck is this Zygig who made the castle anyway? And they're like, oh, he's a god of magic, but he's not like a real god of magic, not like Joss. And so he, the nature of Suloy's, his nature came through, and he was like, no, Joss is the only real god of magic. Bokobob's like kind of god of magic, and Zygig is not even like close. He's just a human that Bokobob decided was cool. But yeah, we actually had a good time in the Castle Greyhawk until, well, a little inter-party drama. Hi! Welcome! We're doing Good Morning Greyhawk. So we're doing the old school dive into D&D times. A ranking person from the kingdom. Yeah, I know. He's a prince, though. And I was curious specifically if he was like the son, Queen Yoland's son or something. But no, he's just a cousin. Ooh, that's cool. That sounds fun. I never actually made my characters. I mean, I've like foretold or anything like that ever, even as a DM. That's a thought. Huh. Interesting. When she became the queen, she was granted the title of prince. Makes sense. Yeah. He was just running around, and I think his father might be the one off slaying demons in the abyss. That's true. I mean, he became, he ran with a bunch of very powerful people. Like with Prince Corund, which of the principality, so like Prince of the Principality Prince, not Prince of the Kingdom Prince. And oh yeah, well, he's a 25th level character. Okay, so he's neutral good with chaotic tendencies. I guess it does make sense a little bit. I usually just kind of present the evil when I run as games, and this is part of my style as a DM. What I'll do is I'll say, okay, there is a bad thing, and you guys know about it, and then let them decide that they're gonna go stop it or gonna go completely different direction and do something else. And then, of course, if they do choose that, bad things happen to everyone, and it's their fault. And eventually they get dragged into it because the consequences start playing out. So even if they aren't foretold, they're still going to stop it because it's the right thing to do, and they have to keep doing what they're doing. Although my campaigns tend to get complicated and bogged down because factions and the players tend to go in completely random directions and focus on things that I had, threw in for funsies, and now they're, having a main plot is like, okay, well, we're going to go do this instead. I'm like, okay, sure. And now one of them, bought a ring and proposed to a circus performer who was supposed to be like a one-time character, and then he took an interest in her, and now she's his fiancée, and he's teaching her to be a monk, and it's just, okay, sure. She's cool, though. And, that's exciting stuff. But anyway, yeah, so my characters tend to, if I did have some sort of grand design scheme and have them be destined to save the world, they'd probably go off and do something completely different anyway, so might as well just present them the fact that the evil exists in the world, and they should probably... I'm I'm working on it. Oh, right. So, right. That was why Melf. Oh, so we got to Melf. I'm undistracting. Yeah, but that's how party work. Ah, that's it. You just kind of push them. I think I have. Hang on. There. You see? I even made it because I knew this would happen. Okay, but we were specifically Knights of Luna. So the Knights of Luna, we got to the Knights of Luna because because here so Greyhawk lists like a dozen different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, so only 9. So not a full dozen, but almost a dozen. 3/4 of a dozen, which is pretty lot. Allies for the city, right? If you look at the Principality of Uluk, it only lists the other Uluk states as allies. Now, I was like, and it should be the Sea Princes. Frickin' Sea Princes are not on either of these lists. And okay, those are enemies. But yeah, the Sea Princes are not on either of these lists. And frickin', hang on, that was a thing that happened, right? Am I remembering my Greyhawk history correctly? This is an important question, because I might not be. But the Prince, that's him. Prince Olenstad. Kaolan's brief empire and survived the bloody, hateful wars with the orcs for Pomage in the last century, and he's right on the border, too. They're freaking... Okay. Out to the Lordship of the Isles to ask for assistance in the form of trade, which caused great consternation in, Gradsul and Irongate. Ships flying the colors of the Lordship of the Isles visited Garrex mostly during 591. Such trade is expected to greatly increase. So they're actually, like, connecting with the Sea Princes, right? Because Lordship of the Isles is, the head of the Sea Princes, right? Let me look at the map. Map time. Ernst. Ooh. Actually, there's some fun stuff to this part of, Prince Corand? Yeah, he has to keep in, where's the map? Hang on. Yeah, his family keep in Havenhill, presumably. You're setting up for something, aren't you? No, it's smack in the middle of the country. The Principality of the Sea Princes. And then you got and then Westkeep. Yeah. And then there's Hool, there's some interesting stuff in Hool, I've been told. And then Monmurg is the principality here, and then there's the Duchy of Murghoff, and then you got the islands up here, and then Fort Blackwell, and then Hook Peninsula, and a bunch of forts, and Amido Jungle, and frickin' all the shenanigans that went on down there, and the one deity that you cannot frickin' name. That is probably it. That's probably why it was such a big thing. Okay, hang on. Lordship... No, not that. What we want to do is figure out... No, I didn't want to do that either. Elves, Gnomes, Havenhill... Right. The Prince. Hang on. We'll get the Prince. It's keep in the center of the country. Is what it is. I think you're thinking of a different keep on the Borderlands. Okay, Olenstad gets... Okay, we're gonna... Oh, well, I guess we're doing that then. Stub, Okay, let me just see... Okay, hang on. It's a completely different than the Prince of the Sea Princes. Alright, hang on. Okay. Near the east. actually a puppet of the Scarlet Brotherhood. Oh! Freaking, that's why they were so pissed that he did the thing with that. So hang on. Let me, Gryrax. We're gonna go with, opening a new tab. Sure. Hang on. This whole thing. This whole hot mess. Okay. This is some drama right here. I mean, we'll definitely go back. Keep in the centerlands, nice and safe in the middle of the country. Keep in the centerlands, nice and safe in the middle of the country. Like that. Let's see. It's true, it does sound actually okay. County, duchy. Right. Correct. Here we go. Principality, yep. Oh. Lordship of the Isles. Oh, so we just have to... Exactly. Okay. Oh, right, that's why that's here. Okay, we need to put Lordship of the Isles. Okay. I think that's worth putting into the thing on the thing, right? Because if there's trade between them, that's a scandal. That's worth putting in the Lordship of the Isles. Okay, well, first we gotta put Lordship of the Isles in frickin'... Okay. Hang on. First thing we gotta do is edit, right? We got this. Gradule and Iron Gate. Okay, that is worth... First, we're gonna figure out what those are. Save changes. Alright, first we save changes, right? Ta-da! Okay, cool. Now, Lordship of the Isles for assistance in form of trade, which... Okay, how the heck... Alright, we have to fix that, because that's just gonna be annoying. It's the same one. You should just take it away, because frickin'... Okay, fine. You know what? We're just gonna do that. Minor edit. Okay. Fixing the links. Now, okay. Now that that's squared, we're gonna... Freaking 2 people... Okay. I know it's not that important that there's only one period at the end of a sentence, but, like, it's important. Just... Okay? It's very minor. Okay. Alright. Here's that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. Lordship of the Isles, and then we should put that in Principality of... Okay, hang on. Let me look at the Principality real quick, because... Feudal monarchy with hereditary rulership. East Pass, no. Okay. Okay, where's... Alright, we're gonna have to... Freaking... Gradzul and Iron Gate. Alright, we're gonna have to... You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something really bizarre. And I don't know if it's gonna happen... if it's gonna do anything. We're gonna do something a little risky. A little crazy. And I'm probably gonna end the stream by quarter to noon. But, well, we'll see. Save changes. Because this is a little risky place, so we're gonna see if it does any... Oh, haha, they both have pages. So now I can just do that. Pretty clever. It's in Keoland. Okay, major settlement in Keoland, and Iron Gate also in Keoland? Free City is surrounded by Citadel Tower. Undercity, twice as deep as the towers are high, made up of dozens of sub-levels connected by... Ooh. Okay, Iron Gate sounds cool. The City of Stairs. Formerly great Lord High Mayor, his resolute honor, Cobb Darg. Okay. Oh! It was built by the dwarves of the Iron Hills. The Hill Dwarves, specifically. But it's its own free city. What? Feral. Okay. That's a whole... We're gonna figure out what the heck that deal is. But that is a whole Hieronius Silchus. Okay. Those should also all be... So we can, you know... Ooh, there's actually some decent religion. Okay, never mind. Hieronius... Yeah, no. Just let him stay there then. Administrative divisions. Okay. But, Feral. Okay, it's a human language. Sulois, Urflan, Undercommon, Drow Sign Language, Silent Undercommon, Publication History. Okay. Jelf. Okay. Okay, so it redirects here, but it doesn't specify. Okay, that has to be fixed at some point, because I don't know what the deal with this language is. But also, I'm starting to get... kind of tired, and I usually end... Okay. Okay, Urflan, Tove... Monoland language. Polyglot tongue based on many tribal languages, meaning it has many homonyms and easy to learn and if difficult to master. Kundali nations has strong influence on neighbor languages. Okay. What the heck is Drowic Elven? It can be understood half the time by speakers through these. Ooh. Lawyers in Greyhawk. In spellcasting, as many inflections spoken of use of language have been lost. Although knowing ancient Sulois is Suel Archmage. Ooh, interesting. Runic alphabets. A runic alphabet known to almost no one. Okay, Cold Tongue. Also known as Fruz, is strong. An obscure dialect based on Sulois. It's mostly used as a secondary language to common in the Lendor Isles. Comprehensible to both Sulois and common speakers, it's mainly used by seafarers and has many terms relating to meteorology. It's nearly extinct since after the human exodus from Lendor in... Okay, hang on. Frickin' Laranan Sulois. Okay, sorry. I'm a language geek, and this... I studied linguistics in college, and my goal in life was to create languages. I did a couple. It has a basic writing system based on ancient Sulois ruins and is sometimes comprehensible to a speaker of ancient Sulois. After long use in the Empermanland jungles, it is now used... Okay, where... Okay, hang on. We're getting very, very, very off... Sorry. It's just funny, alright? I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So slices. Okay, next Monday, we're doing freaking language day. Because this exists. Okay, but first we have to figure out what feral is. Like, Druidic, secret language, spoken by gnarly rangers and druids across the Flanaess. Enough similarities to Flan is possible to evolve from it, although it is clearly a distinct and not a comprehensible to Flan speakers. Static language doesn't evolve with use, being primarily used for religious and secret purposes to refer to matters of the natural world. Although dialects vary considerably through the Flanaess and have mutated with time, a stagnant language is difficult to translate modern concepts into Flan. The people of Tang speak more modern version, variations also spoken in Geoff, and the Rovers the Baron. Okay. Common. Overkings evolved from Middle Common, originally a combination of dialects of Old Iranian spoken in the Great Kingdom and Ancient Proclunish. While it began centuries ago, it is still the newest language spoken in the Flanaess. Its trade tongue with the Flanaess, it borrows on Proclunish syntax and grammar and Iranian elements, and was standardized by the spread of the Iranian Kingdom. Nyrondese, a dialect of common with high Iranian influences, spoken mostly by the peasants and trade folk around Nyrond. It's believed to be used due to mistrust of non-Nyrondese. Nyrond has it. Okay, interesting. There are also, okay, this needs, freaking, okay, I want to start putting brackets so that everyone can, because freaking, Low Proclunish, Ancient Proclunish, colloquial Proclunish dialects, people of Pindim speak a modern variation, and variations are spoken in Ekbi or Ket, made all, Zayaf, and Tiger and Wolf nomads. One of the ancestors of Common, though little resemblance remains between the two present deities used for formal and commercial dealings. It is language for all official and religious documents west of the Antil Mountains, and typically used for literary works instead of Low Proclunish. It's like modern standard Arabic and all the dialects, basically. Amedi is a corrupt form of ancient story spoken as the Amido jungle, which is completely different from the similar to Rasso language of Hepmonaland. There is no alphabet or written form of this language, other than a few glyphs representing important concepts. Okay, and Hepmonaland is continent southeast of the Flanaess. Okay, hang on, southeast, Flanaess here. Southeast is here, I believe. Hepmonaland, yeah, okay, yeah, this is down here. Okay, gotcha, that's where that is. Alright, cool. Okay, we're gonna, there is a lot going on. Iron, okay, language, Hepmonaland, okay. Minor continent. Okay, so we're gonna Lordship of the Isles. We were right, because there's a whole host of stuff going on that I... Alright. We're gonna have to dig into the language thing. Someone should remind me next Monday that we're gonna do a whole thing on languages, because that needs frickin'... As Stonenders and Stonenders still are greetings that convey friendship or alliance with Irongate, referring to the heroism of the dwarves of that walled city. Okay. So it was 124, Great Kingdom decided to build an outpost. Humanity have lived within it since, even though dwarves only represent 15% of the population, because apparently humans just freaking outbreed everybody. Sorry, we're getting... I didn't even know Iron Gate was a thing, and now it's actually really cool. And it brings the... Okay, so... Okay, Zelradsul. And they considered this construction to be an act of war. Ooh. Okay. After a series of battle, the alliance of the dwarves and men's proved to be decisive, and the region belonged to the Great Kingdom. During Kingdom's height, the city of Irongate was known as the Overking's Armory, and its weapons and ores were famed throughout the Flanaess. The city was besieged during the turmoil between the crowns, which I think was the Civil War. which supported House Rex in the Civil War, survived and refused to bow before House Nalax and newly constructed Malachite throne. Yet it was not at that point fully free. As a result, as the rule of the Overking grew more despotic, the Lord Mayor of Irongate petitioned to have his grievances heard by the Herzog of South Province in Zeladron. Okay, we're gonna have to do a whole thing and fix all these references, because on a day when don't need a nap before work. Infamous day in 446, they were thrown into prison, given mock trial, and executed for the Overking's amusement. The following year, the whole of the South was in rebellion. After a brief struggle, the Iron League was born. Irongate managed to escape conquest by the Scarlet Brotherhood during the Greyhawk Wars due to the resourcefulness of Cobb Darg and the aid of Azor Masks and the Splintered Mind. Which, okay, that's a whole... built on plateau above. So, in 446... Okay, thrown in, whole of the South was in rebellion. Okay, what is the Iron League? So it started, that's when it was like mostly free after they refused to do the, election to evade becoming Overking. So 447, the Free City of Irongate and Onwell were charter members of the organization. So it's basically just a, Lordship of the Isles in 448. Ooh, interesting. That is way more complicated than I was prepared to deal with today. All right, I think I'm going to end the stream early so I can go take a nap, but I really appreciate you all guys all coming and hearing me babble about how awesome Greyhawk is and vibing with me. So, and we're going to have to do like a whole thing on Irongate, the Iron League, all the language thing. We're going to do that next week. Yes, have a great day, everyone. I'm going to send us on a raid. I think that's fair. Who are we raiding? Yeah, we're gonna go with Epic Duck Studio, because he's the only art stream around, and I usually wait into art streams, so we're gonna go pop in, say hi. He's actually a really cool guy and does cool art, so, you know, if you guys are big on, art, that could be fun. So follow me along. You don't have to, but, you know. We'll do that, and I'll do this.